You can't handle the truth.
When you put cameras right in our face, like, we really don't know what to say.
Oh, I'm supposed to say something?
I ain't got nothing to say.
Don't talk to me today.
Be smart what you say.
You want me to say something?
I got the mic, dude.
I got nothing funny to say.
I don't either.
I'm not Brett Favre.
Sorry to let them down.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys. It's a game. It's a game out here I want to play in.
Someday with experience, we'll have something funny to say.
Pull out your recorders and hide your children's eyes. You're about to enter the Afternoon Locker Room.
Alex Smith on fourth down has time. Throws, up, cut, throw, incomplete. The Raiders take over on downs. The Raiders at last have won a football game.
One very happy Greg Papa on 95.7 The Game, KGMZ Oakland. Yes! Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Black Hole, there is finally a win in Raider Nation as the Oakland Raiders top the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC West, mind you, 24-20. I'm Alvin Washington, and welcome once again to the Afternoon Locker Room, presented by Gigahertz. It's Friday. That means it's football. Y'all, we've got NFL news to talk about. AP's Mea Culpa, a part of our topic du jour, presented by Strachan Van Til. Take a look at another big matchup in the NFC North between Minnesota and Green Bay. We'll talk with their quarterbacks. Also a big matchup this weekend in college football as the Battle of the City of Angels ensues once again. UCLA number 9 this week, taking on 19th ranked USC, much, much more. Also get into the association and all that fun stuff. And, of course, you can get it on the fun. Give us a ring, 573-200-6505. Again, 573-200-6505. Headlines. And, boy, do we love headlines. Lots of them all over the place. We'll start here in Chicago, and you know what's jacked up. It's already jacked up when you know your time at a radio station is counting down. You know, you can just kind of feel it in the air because, you know, station didn't do too well, didn't pull in enough money to operate and all that stuff. You kind of know when that's going to happen. Imagine the feeling when the afternoon hosts at the Game 87.7 in Chicago found out they had been canned as they went back to air. Now, this was yesterday. There's actual video of this with them in the Comcast Sportsnet Chicago studios, which also doubled as their Game 87.7 outlet, and wow. I just watched this, and I'm like, Chicago radio can be cold in a mug. I mean, this is the same outlet that just gave up the Cubs to WBBM Crosstown, and WBBM has an FM outlet now at 105.9. Strangely enough, that station used to be a classic rock station. But yeah, man, that's cold. How you just gonna find out on air, not even from your own radio station, but from somebody else who follows media like we follow sports? Very trusted media columnist Robert Feeder in Chicago broke the news yesterday that WGN was pulling the plug on the Game 87.7, and the hosts found out on air through Robert Feeder. They were pissed. They were highly pissed. I don't blame them, but such is the nature of Chicago radio. So we do wish everybody luck in their future endeavors, including one Jonathan Brandmeier, who was brought back to the tune of $800,000 a year, and that contract is still on the books. until next October. Wow. How about them apples? There will be football on Monday night, and there will be a rarity this late in the year. 2 games on this Monday night. One of them you already know is the battle between Baltimore and New Orleans. That's the 7:30 p.m. New Orleans time game. Now, 90 minutes prior to that is a rescheduled game from this past Sunday, or this coming Sunday, in the AFC East with Buffalo and the New York Jets. Now, that would have been at Ralph Wilson Stadium. One problem: 7 feet of snow. And still coming. Yikes. Adam Schefter, talk to the people on this real quick, man.
Practice at Ford Field the early part of next week if they so needed. In Washington, they could have used maybe the Redskins training facility, but the Redskins would be back from their game. And so it was a case where they just felt like Detroit offered them all the advantages that they needed at this point in time, and not too far from Buffalo. And so it becomes an easy trip, and the game will be played there Monday night at 7 o'clock.
That's Adam Schefter talking to the boys on Mike and Mike on ESPN Radio this morning regarding the arrangements that the Buffalo Bills have made to practice at Ford Field in Detroit in advance of their Monday night game. Again, that's the early game. That game will not be a part of the Monday night package, but it will be a part of whatever local packages that those of you folk who follow the Bills and the Jets subscribe to. But like I said, it's a rare Monday night doubleheader this late in the year, and they couldn't help it. It is snow caked up so high they had to evacuate a senior citizen center. It was caked up so high. I mean, there are still some Bills players that can't get out of their own house. So the Bills may not have their full 53-player complement by the time Monday gets here. You know, the Bills were trying to get folk to come down to Ralph Wilson Stadium to clear all the snow out. Them folk couldn't get out of their house. So, man, you know, everybody else, if you didn't see that type of snow before, you are blessed. Because that, whoo! Governor Cuomo did right to issue a travel ban. And man, dude, that is not cool. Well, you know you can't get out the house. Oh, that's not a good feeling, folks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to check on the weather real quick over in Buffalo as we continue on the Afternoon Locker Room presented by Gigahertz, and that's where we come in. A big programming reminder coming up regarding some stuff coming up on the weekend, including just added high school football. Yay! And you know your boy love high school football. Y'all. All right. Ooh, there's 13 dead up in Buffalo. Yee. Okay, let me see what we're looking at for the rest of the weekend, because Buffalo, I understand, I feel you. Mother Nature just do things like she does sometimes. Oh, this is interesting. 21 degrees tonight, and then it's going to be rain on the weekend. 41 on Saturday, 39 on Sunday. Now, if the rain starts pushing that snow out, that might give you a little chance to get out. But man, yo, I feel, man, thankfully for Buffalo, it warms up a bit to 57 on Monday. So you might start seeing some kind of resemblance of clearing of snow naturally. But it's going to get down to 38 on Tuesday. So you just better hope of that 7 feet that's there, at least about a good 2 feet get out of the way, so you at least do a little sham, you know what I'm saying? Do a little sham. You know, even if it's not much, a little sham. All right. Last night, as I mentioned, the Oakland Raiders finally get their first win in over a calendar year, 368 days to be exact. They knock off the Kansas City Chiefs in Oakland in driving rain. The final 24-20. This was the game-winning touchdown.
Is going to throw, pumps, looks end zone, throws for the end zone, wide open! James Jones! Touchdown! Raiders!
I can tell you Greg Papa's probably sleeping easy right now and says, I'm not even coming into work today. 95-7 the game. KGMZ Oakland on that call. Thank you very much. That was the game winner, James Jones, from Derek Carr, who finally has his first NFL win. And he's probably saying, screw everybody, I'm going to sleep. I don't blame him because you take that long to get your first victory? Man. Couldn't have happened to a nicer team. And it screws up Kansas City's chances to tie the Denver Broncos for number one in the AFC West. So now that three-team race gets even a little more interesting. We'll get into all of that when we get into our NFL stuff a little bit later on in the show. As if getting knocked out of the number one spot in college football wasn't bad enough, now comes word from Starkville that one of their star defenders has been suspended indefinitely. Senior safety Justin Cox was arrested on charges of aggravated domestic violence and burglary early this morning. The woman who he allegedly assaulted was found with a head injury. Cox posted a $20,000 bail earlier this morning. He was a JUCO transfer, had started 8 games, and has 21 tackles and an interception. Not good, son, especially when you're trying to stay in the race for the Final Four. Mississippi State does indeed take on Vanderbilt this coming Saturday in an SEC West game. First of 2 final ones they've got coming up. They also have the Egg Bowl to deal with Ole Miss coming up later next week on Thanksgiving Saturday. Oh, I know Dan Mullen's like, you big dummy. You know what, Dan? I'll help you out in this one. Yeah, that was the stupidest thing that kid had ever done. Come on, now, really? Was smacking your girl upside the head worth that? Really, son? Come on. I mean, look, Ray Rice done put a black eye on everybody in the game already as it is. I'm not going to talk about dude in the NBA that got sent up for 24 games, and the Players Association head is barking on the neck. It's like, yo, wait a minute. Something wrong here. We'll talk about that when we get into association news and all that fun stuff. Let's take a timeout. We'll clear the air and all that stuff. Our topic du jour today, presented by Strachan Van Til. We're going to stay on the Adrian Peterson story. He presented a mea culpa of sorts to USA Today, and we just found out that his hearing is coming up December 2nd, of which Roger Goodell may not be a part of. All that coming up in a little bit. You are listening to the Afternoon Locker Room, presented by Gigahertz, and only on the Arena Sports Network.
Have you heard the good news about a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news about a place where you can celebrate what is right in the world, share it with your friends, family, and community, and neighbors at school, work, or place of worship, and have fun doing it? Well, there is such